the feeling after that one? Relief, adulation, what's it going to be like?
Well, firstly, and I know because the Cowboys are playing today as well, so a real special thank you to the fans that didn't want to go to the Cowboys, because I know it's Cowboy country in Northern Queensland, and stay here and support the group. It was loud, the energy was fantastic. Every time we went on a bit of a momentum run or we needed something on our end, whether it was like booing the refs or cheering the attempts at the rim, they were behind us. And so firstly, like, massive thank you, because I know it's short notice, especially, deciding what they want to do with the Cowboys are here, and so I'm glad they picked us. So hopefully they'll be back for game 2 against Sydney. Sense of relief is probably the main thing, but it wasn't through any level of stress other than the boys worked so hard to not see this go another week. So it wasn't relief for me or anything else other than the fact that the boys earned their stripes this year. We've had some injuries, we've got more injuries. So for them to play the way they did today, earn themselves another week of games and practice, I'm ecstatic for them and riding off their energy.
Was there conversations in between the last game and today just about maximising today after it was a tough showing on Thursday night against Tassie?
Yeah, I didn't like. I know I said in the presser I didn't like that we left that game with DJ only having 11 attempts. There's a part where DJ is very humble and he's a great teammate and but I need him to be a little bit more aggressive with getting those touches. And so I thought let's make that a little bit more of a focus. And obviously we went to him early and he got going for us. And then when the defense started to collapse in, everyone else sort of picked their moment. So. Well, that's a fine. But yeah, that was probably the biggest adjustment. And obviously looking after bodies, managing bodies, and Taj being out, that was probably the main focus from the loss against Tassie.
Were you guys happy with how you handled the pressure? I know against the Tassie, you sort of weren't able to sort of handle that consistency and kind of go back and forth, but do you think you handled the pressure tonight really well?
Yeah, did a lot of firsts, including myself as a head coach in a finals game, and so that. You felt it, you saw it, right? Like there was a tightness in that Tassie game, and even when we sort of got over that bump in the first quarter and got the lead in the third, and we tightened up again and again. The ball didn't go where we wanted to. I think we were quick to rush shots. I think we were quick to sort of take the first chance that was presented to us. It's not always necessarily the right one. So today was like, fellas, like, what do you got to lose? Like, put the ball where it needs to go, do what we've done all season, be aggressive on defense, have each other's back, move the ball, make them have to defend. And we wanted the right guys taking the right shots, and they did. So there was definitely more of a looseness, because what have you got to lose? There's no pressure on us. Like, no one's expecting anything from us. They haven't all season. And so with more bodies down, there is no pressure on us other than to go out and enjoy our basketball. And so that was that mindset. And I think you saw it and felt it on the floor, and the boys really capitalised on it.
Was there any areas where you felt could be improved for coming up to win that game?
Yes, but they're very different styles of play. We were heavily focused on how good Perth's offense are, the number one offense, right? What we face now against Sydney is a very different team who have a great defense, right? And we have a great defense too. So it's a case of who can get easy points and scoring opportunities, and that's going to be presented differently than what Perth offered. There's a lot more hard shows tonight compared to Sydney. You're going to do a little bit more plugging it against our non-shooters and drops against our dynamic bigs, and we're going to have to make some adjustments. But in terms of the energy and our mental focus, yes, transfer what we did with our looseness and our freedom, and play that way, and we should give ourselves a good chance at it.
How much?
To be the best, you have to beat the best, and you said that was the Kings this season. How exciting is it that you're going to come up against them in the playoffs or in the semis?
Yeah, and I said it during the awards night too, is the championship runs through Sydney. They've won it. They've proved themselves to be the team to beat again. They got the league MVP. They've got 2 first teams. They got a fantastic coach. They got great role players. They go deep into the bench. They're the best team, and they're sitting on top of the ladder for a reason. And so it's really important that we want to test ourselves against that. We made a lot of improvements this season, But the reality is, there's no pressure on us. You know, we were tipped to finish dead last, and as long as the boys go out and enjoy their basketball, and you don't want to leave any regret. You know, you want to go out there and say, I gave it my best shot. And if it's not good enough, we shake their hand and we move on. But, you know, I think our best can match it with anybody, and we showed that multiple times throughout the season.
If DJ shoots like that every week, are you guys going to go all the way maybe?
He's capable. And this is the crazy thing is, I look at 11 and 19, I'm looking at going on one another 10 shots from him. You know, he was 5 of 11 against Tassie. He's been extremely effective all season. It's been my biggest fault not getting him more looks. So, you know, we caught on just in time, I reckon. And if he does that, which he's capable of, we're not asking guys, and this is what's really important, is I'm not asking guys to play outside their role. Do your job. This is your job description, right? The same way, you know, chefs to prepare food, the same way I'm supposed to coach, and the same way the officials are supposed to officiate. These guys just have to play what they've been doing their entire careers. Lat, Ben, you know, DJ, you know, it's all different, but you fit that piece of the puzzle. And he's capable of this every single night. It's not like he dropped 50 and didn't miss. You know, he was 5 of 12 from 3. He shot 41%, and that's been his career. He played to his standard.
How often can you find a player like that who's so reliable in finals basketball and can hit shots and play the way he does on both sides of the floor as well? It doesn't come often.
No, I'm pretty good at finding them. Like, that's probably what I back myself on is, you know, there's process to it. We don't just pluck people. You know, people were surprised by Bull. I wasn't, right? And people surprised by Lat. I'm not, you know. So am I surprised by DJ? No, he's been doing it his entire career. We just gave him more volume.
How much emphasis do you put on that game on Wednesday at Kudos Bay?
Say again, sorry?
How much emphasis do you put on that first game against Sydney, given it's a 3-game series, and then, you know, if you snag that one, you can come back here and eliminate it?
The emphasis? Yeah, I mean, you have to, right? Semi-finals. So you don't want to test the waters. You just get, you know, you get blitzed. So, yeah, there's a bit of emphasis on it. And we'll have a game plan, but we'll prepare for them in the process.
How proud are you of Lat alongside you for his performance tonight? That was amazing.
Oh, yeah, and again, I don't know, because proud sounds like it would be, well, good job for, like, doing something you haven't done all the time. He's capable. If anything, it's on me again, right? Played 32 minutes, didn't sub out in the fourth. We rode that momentum. He picked his moment, right? And that was, you know, when the ball went to him and he took his shot, it was because that was the right time to take it. Again, it's not necessarily proud. It's just more, again, like the player we recruited, tick, like that's what we wanted. And if anybody's to blame, it's probably me taking this long to get him. I said this after the New Zealand game, and I'm saying it again. You know, there's always a level of trust, right, with first-year players and rookies coming in. But what he did just really fast-tracked that tonight.
How fun was basketball tonight for you playing in such a big game?
It was fun. I had fun out there. I think everybody had fun, the crowd, everybody. So, yeah, I had fun.
Did you feel, I mean, describe yourself. Did you feel pressure? Did you feel ready for the moment? How did it feel?
I mean, I just kind of told myself to just go out there and just do what I do every day at practice or that, you know, every chance I get, and just kind of stay in the moment. And I knew if I go in there and just play hard, crash the boards, everything, I should be fine.
Forde, just one for you. Sorry, when I finish that. But Taj, when are we expecting him? Is he going to play on Wednesday or more likely Friday or beyond that?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Like, that's, yeah, I really wanted just to be honed in on today's game, and so I sort of, anything that wasn't relevant to Perth, I took no notice of. So that's the next question I'm going to ask when we get back down there, but I don't have an answer for you, sorry.
DJ, I'll get a lot of the plaudits. Ball was massive out there, just shy of a triple double across the ball there. What do you make of his performance and the way he stood up? He's done it a lot this season. He's been unheralded, but the way he performs tonight seems to be another step above.
Yeah, he's like, 2 players go down and 2 players sort of step up even more. You know, and I've always considered Bull, you know, that type of guy for me. You know, we caught on early on when he got his opportunity, what he's capable of, and his progression as an athlete and a basketball player has just continued to grow. It's almost like he's discovering his ability that people can't necessarily stay in front of him when he wants to put the ball on the floor. So you've got this outside threat that can, and he's a strong guard. So, yeah, again, I'm not surprised in a sense that that's the play we got. I'm ecstatic that it's progressing along quicker than probably what I anticipated. He probably expected it. But what's he capable of, what type of player we're going to have, or what's Bull going to be 3 years from now, and that's exciting. Like that, I look to if I could look into a crystal ball and see what that would look like, I think we'll all be ecstatic with the outcome.
That's everything.
Perfect. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh.